Reggie Miller, the Hall of Famer, he'll be on the call for Sixers in the Bucks. That's Thursday night at 8 Eastern with Kevin Harlan and Kristen Ledlow. Reg joins us now. Did you watch the Super Bowl, Reg?
Of course. Who didn't?
Where did you watch?
Here in Calabasas, on my couch with my remote.
By yourself?
By myself. Mama Bear took the kids out to Dojo Boom is a trampoline place, and and she was like, "Enjoy." I was like, "I will."
Were you rooting for anybody?
I mean, obviously, growing up in California, I was the biggest, as you know, Joe Montana fan. You know, our good friend Mark Jackson, Dan Marino. So I had a little bit, for the 49ers.
Did you ever meet Joe Montana?
I have never met Joe Montana, no. My hands would probably be shaking.
Really? I just saw him the other night.
Well, why didn't you say I was one of his biggest fans?
I forgot. When I see Joe, I just say, "Hey, Joe." Like, Joe is so unassuming.
Wait, hold on. You have it like that with him? I mean, you guys are cool like that?
I have his number.
We're going to have to do a meet and greet on the show. Come on now.
All right. Well, I'll see what I can do.
You can do.
Joe's kind of shy. Joe's kind of shy.
So am I.
Are you? wait. Okay. Is there another athlete you haven't met where you'd actually be nervous meeting them?
Let me think about that.
Like Michael Jordan. Wouldn't you be nervous meeting him?
Well, I was nervous for a different reason. Not the nervous that you would have grown accustomed to. I was nervous in a different fashion going against number 23.
All right, you got Bucks at the Pelicans tonight. What do you expect out of this matchup showdown?
Well, number one, you and I, for the last month, we thought that they should sit Zion, correct?
Yeah.
Let him out, let him heal up, let him lose a little weight. But the young man has looked fantastic.
Yeah, he is.
I think we need to say that he's looked great.
How would you describe his game if somebody hadn't seen him play in the NBA, his pro game?
Dynamic, electrifying, because you see a guy at his size, because he's not the biggest guy. Again, I'm taller than he is. But the strength and the power and the grace that he plays with, if you look at some of the highlights, some of his missed shots is probably his best offense because he is such a quick leaper. He rebounds his own misses for putbacks. So I would say the power and the grace, he's just electrifying to watch, especially when he gets into the open court.
He doesn't have a go-to move yet.
Not yet, but again, he's only, 19, 20 years old, so I think that has time. There's a lot of players, there's MVPs that don't have go-to moves in our game. So, I mean, that will come in time.
I was also, there's a couple other storylines here, obviously with the trade deadline. I don't know which team needs to make a move.
I would say the Lakers in Philadelphia need to tinker their lineups. Not a major move, but both of those teams, in my opinion, need more shooting, better shooting, more consistent shooting. I think Boston needs size, especially the longer they go in the playoffs. I think Milwaukee stays pat. I am confused with the Capella thing and with Houston. I know they like to play small ball, but as much as James Harden and Russell Westbrook penetrate and drive, they are always collapsing the defense. And a lot of times it's that alley-oop to Capella, that's easy offense.
Yeah.
So getting rid of him is a little bit of a head-scratcher. I know they want to play 6'7", 6'6" guys, but I don't know how far and how look, we've seen this movie in the playoffs with the Houston, right, when they play small ball. So we've seen this before.
Yeah.
It's just a little head-scratcher, them trying to move Capella.
I'm trying to think, though, if there's anybody else, are the Pelicans, somebody said J.J. Redick, Drew Holiday could be guys that could be available if the Pelicans want to.
And two guys that could help championship contending teams. I think you put Holiday possibly
I thought it was a dramatic pause, but apparently it wasn't. I don't know what's going on. Reg always has a good phone line.
Is he a cell phone guy or a hardline guy?
And Reg is back. You had that dramatic pause there, Reg.
No, I apologize, guys. We are having 40 and 50 mile an hour winds here in SoCal, so that could be stripping the power. I am on a hard line. I'm not on a cell.
Okay.
I am on a hard line. I do apologize.
Are you in the neighborhood with the Kardashians?
I'm near the Kardashians. I can't afford it. Neighborhood. I'm near there.
Okay, who's in your neighborhood?
No one infamous is in my neighborhood.
How about somebody who's famous? So the Kardashians are a couple of blocks over or a subdivision over?
They're like yes, that's a good characterization. They're a subdivision away. I can kind of see where their plot of land is.
Does Brad Pitt live by you?
I didn't know Brad Pitt was a Calabasas guy.
I don't know. I just made it up.
I know KG is out here. The Kardashians are out. There's a whole bunch of people out here, but I never see anyone, truthfully.
Like when you go to the store?
I don't.
Oh, you don't go to the store?
I go to the store. I do all the shopping for the house. I just don't see anyone.
Really?
Maybe I go at odd times, though. You know, I'm a day shopper, morning shopper.
Does Drake
I'm sure they're going in the evening.
Does Drake live there?
I heard Drake lives in Calabasas. Have never seen him. Jamie Foxx lives out this way. Have never seen him. I've never seen him.
Well, plus those people have like big houses and big plots of land, so you wouldn't see.
Again, I'm not in that stratosphere. I'm not in that part of Calabasas. There's two parts of Calabasas.
Have you ever shot hoops?
The have and the have-not.
Have you ever shot hoops in Calabasas, like a local park? Have you ever shot hoops?
I have. By Uncle Mark. We call it Uncle Mark's Park, Mark Jackson. He lives in Calabasas, so the kids love to go, as we call it, to Uncle Mark's Park to shoot hoops. So we always call Mark and the local kids, and we meet up in Calabasas and play at this park.
Well, why don't you, if you see Drake, you invite Drake, and then I'll guard Drake, and then we'll play it like.
Drake has some game.
No, he doesn't. You saw him at Midnight Madness at Kentucky a couple of years ago. He couldn't make a layup.
I think Nerves got the best of Drake that night.
Well, he's going to be really nervous when he sees me on the floor.
What?
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
So I cannot wait to see Drake. Okay, it's on.
Yeah,
right?
I'm not afraid. And if you tell...
So you and I... So should we tell Drake to get... Since I'm retired and KG lives out here...
Oh, no, he can't have KG.
Well, who am I going to guard? Oh,
Mark Jackson.
Paul Pierce.
Ooh.
Mark Jackson, yes.
Yeah, I want you to...
Mark Jackson and Drake. Is you and I?
It'll be you.
I like that.
Yeah, you and me against Drake and Mark Jackson.
Done deal. I like it. I like it, shooter.
Well, I hope. I hope. How tall? What's Drake? Is he 5'8", 5'9", or is he a little taller?
I would say that. He's pushing 6.
Oh,
maybe.
Is he? All right, so I can post him up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and trust me. Mouse in the house. I'm going to throw it down to you. Go to work. Go to work, Theodore.
That's what I do. I go into the lab. I'm going to go to work on Drake there. I want to make him write a song about me. We're talking to Reggie Miller, the Hall of Famer. He's on the call Sixers Bucks Thursday night. Sixers are a mess right now, Reggie. Can the Sixers continue to be a good team or try to be a good team with Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid? Can they complement each other?
Coming into the season, I felt that they had one of the stronger, starting five with Josh Richardson, Tobias Harris, Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid. I wouldn't necessarily say there's a chemistry issue, but the injury to Embiid has hurt them, and now he's back, playing, and now they're trying to integrate him. To me, I don't think he gets enough touches. There's places where I've read that they're thinking it has crossed Elton Brand's mind of them trading Ben Simmons. So is that messing up the psyche of a young player who's an all-star and, is supposed to be the face, of the franchise along with Joel Embiid? I mentioned this earlier. They need more shooting. But who do you give up? I like the rookie Matthias Thybulle out of Washington.
Yeah.
But their bench there's not a lot there. So if they could find more shooting somewhere, I'm sure that would help. But, Josh Richardson has been out with a hamstring injury for the last 2.5 weeks. Not sure when he's coming back. But they've been so inconsistent. Tobias Harris has been up and down. And, again, we've talked about Embiid. He should be the best center in the game. To me, him applying himself, he always looks like he's out of shape, right? Because he's always hurt. So he can't practice. And it's got to make it tough, for that coaching staff, when your best player is out on the floor, to practice.
Yeah, I'm going to leave you with this. Mark Cuban said he'd support the NBA logo change to honor Kobe. What do you think about that?
I could see that. I'd jump on board on that. I think there's probably a lot of people that are thinking that MJ should be the logo. Look, you can't go wrong. Jerry West has been a fantastic ambassador for our game. I think that was evident in his words and how he felt for Kobe on our show that Tuesday night. But, I don't know about changing it while you still have a man that's alive and still a part of our game and still works in the game in Jerry West. But I would have zero problems with a Kobe Bryant and why don't we float them? Why don't we have multiple, symbols, right? Why can't we have MJ and Kobe and Jerry West, right?
I don't know. It feels like it needs to be one. And Jerry West would be fine with letting Kobe be that logo because nobody ever asked Jerry about being the logo. He just became the logo, and I don't think he'd have a problem if Kobe became that logo.
I have no problem with it either.
Yeah.
That's a tough call. Again, you still have a guy out there in Michael Jordan who people consider the greatest as well, too.
Yeah, I think Mike's okay. I think Mike's okay. He's got his own logo. He makes a whole lot more money off his.
A whole lot more. A billion times more.
I know. Yeah. Have fun on Thursday night. Sixers-Bucks on TNT with Kevin Harlan. Thank you, Reg.
Again, if I see Drake,
yep,
I can throw down the SmackDown challenge. Is that what you're telling me? So everyone is clear here.
I'll do that, and then I'll rap battle with him after that.
I love you, baby. By Dan S.
See you, buddy. That's Reggie Aloysius Miller Jr. III.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.